out here. It's so draining, like being trapped in a sauna. Isn't green tea meant to be good for chasing away the heat? Paimon thinks she heard that somewhere. Why don't we head to Elon Wharf and give it a try? What should I choose?
I don't often get to take time off, so I think I'll start by finding a nice spot for a nap. Hold on, something about the dance-off stage looks off. Could it be the bearings? No, wait, it must be the stand. Guess I'll have to go check it out. Whoa, how many times have I told them to actually read the manual when they're operating this thing? But apparently, nobody listens to me. Yay.
Up for a drink? A little over the top, huh? But hey, telling you in advance would have ruined the surprise. Judging from the photos, it looks like everyone's really excited about this vacation. Up for a drink? It might be quite a short vacation for me, but still, I'd like to take this chance to unwind. So, what's the most challenging attraction at the resort? Any recommendations? Up for a drink? Oh, onto the weather now, are we? There's been a cool, pleasant breeze blowing through the resort lately. Quite uncommon around these parts, I'd say. It would be great if this particular breeze could stick around in Natlan for a few more days. Up for a drink? Thanks. I hope you and all your friends have a great time too.
I wonder how out Silly is.
think Barbados. Wait a minute. This challenge looks like it'd suit you right to the ground, Kaniche. Wanna try it together?
I know full well that you're planning to kick me in the back the moment I jump. I bet you're also thinking about pulling out a plank or two, so I end up plummeting to my early demise? You already tried that over at the Scions of the Canopy, remember? You should know better than to think I'd fall for that one twice.
Curse you and your stupid vigilance! Who else acts like that on vacation? Absolutely insufferable.
Quake! crumble! Quake!
Prepare yourself! Well, well. Here comes another. Let's round them up!
Stabilize!
Just in time. Can you take a picture of me? Thanks. How about this pose? Let me see. Wow, it turned out great! You got the angle and composition just right. Thanks a bunch. I think I'll put it right next to my bed. Oh, or hang it on the wall. Maybe I'll add some pink and blue paper as a backdrop and a few seashells for the frame. It's gonna be awesome! Oh, and one more thing. Thanks for making this a summer I'll never forget, Traveler. It's been amazing! Just in time. No worries.
All that matters now is having fun!
Up for another challenge? Sure, let's go with that. I was thinking of giving something like this to my mom, but knowing her, she'd probably just raise her wings and give me a tongue lashing for not visiting her more often instead. So, I think I'll just hold on to this as a memento for myself.
Ooh, pome night. Sounds like there's gonna be tons of delicious food. Guess that means it's my time to shine. Ooh, pome night. Guess that means it's my...
Up for another challenge? All right then, let's do this.
Long, long ago, a band of outlaws rolled into town. A sense of doom pervaded all, even the very dust that rose in their wake. Run, run for your lives. A storm, a disaster, a calamity is coming for us all.
Ah, this is where the heroes come in, I bet.
Huh? The sheriff hasn't mentioned any heroes yet.
He will. I already saw the henchmen.
But just as things start to appear, a hero steps forward, gun leveled straight at the bringers of ruin.
Looks like we've got ourselves a challenge. Bring it on!
And from that day forth, the townsfolk lived happily ever after.
Still a bit stiff? Don't worry. We could have a rematch once you're more warmed up.
Oh, that was all over way too fast. Why does it seem like the real storm, disaster, or calamity that rolled through here is you?
Right now, I wish I was sitting at the top of a tree, looking out over a meadow, cider in hand. Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.
This place is incredible! Perfect for a bit of cardio, huh? Around about my third lap, a few Ashas started trailing me out of curiosity. But by the 10th, they all had collapsed by the roadside. I'm letting them rest, for now at least. Let's hope we see some progress tomorrow.
Professor, I think I get it now.
Hmm? Get what?
Your poem. The eternal light falling from the heavens. That wasn't meant to be starlight at all, was it?
Shh. Just feel it in your heart. A poem isn't so much a question with an answer as a passing gust of wind. As long as you feel it, it'll always be with you.
I see. Well, I really appreciate everything you've done for me, Professor.
Keep the poems coming, Bennett. I look forward to hearing even more of your work in the future.
Wow! Time sure flies when you're having fun. Whew, Paimon's exhausted. Guess it's about time to head back and get some rest. This place is buzzing. It's just a shame Io couldn't make it. Poor guy got a stomachache yesterday. I wanted to go trampolining together.
Sunshine, sand, cocktails, and the sea breeze. Now that's what I call a vacation. Ooh.
I don't often get to take time off, so I think I'll start by finding a nice spot for a nap. Hold on, something about the dance-off stage looks off. Could it be the bearings? No, wait, it must be the stand. Guess I'll have to go check it out. Whoa, how many times have I told them to actually read the manual when they're operating this thing? But apparently, nobody listens to me. Yay.
this.
Let's finish
do
this
it
fast.
then. Out of the way, you're getting... strike my stone!
Out of the way or get blown away!
Fire! Well, with rock. Coming at ya! Coming at ya!
Order guide you. Solidify.
Brace yourselves.
Out of the way, you're getting blown away.
Think you can get away? Thank Barbados. Wait a minute.
Barbados. Wait a minute.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Morning, Traveler. Morning, Paimon. Thought I'd come over and say hi, puffer, floaters, and all.
Morning, Mualani. How are you so full of energy? Weren't you the one partying the hardest last night?
That was last night. I got a good night's sleep, and now I'm good as new. Here, take this. It's your prize for completing the album. I picked yours up, too, to save you the trip.
Wow! Thanks, Mualani. That was so nice.
When it comes to helping people, a good guide always thinks one step ahead, right? Oh, and speaking of work, I guess our vacation's almost over, huh? Probably for the best. If I don't head back soon, I'm worried my little doggy won't even remember me. And after talking to the others, it seems like everyone is just about ready to get back. Some are missing their families. Others are going through dandelion wine withdrawal, I guess. Even Chaska seems to be feeling it. Not that she'd ever admit it, but I have noticed her gazing back towards the Flower Feather clan at night. But summer's not over yet, so I say, we squeeze a few more unforgettable moments into the time we've got left. Like another group photo.
Hey, how about taking one right here? After all this time, Paimon's grown kind of attached to this place.
Great idea! Why don't you spruce up this wall, and I'll go gather the others. See you over at the plaza!
looks amazing!
Guys, over here! We're gonna take a picture together! Oh, not bad, not bad. You're all looking full of energy this morning. Not a trace of bedhead or dark circles in sight.
Oh, you even look out for stuff like that?
Well, what kind of guide would I be if I didn't pay attention to the details?
Yeah, and what kind of bard would I be if I didn't appreciate a good drink?
What's that got to do with anything?
Somehow, though, I know exactly what he means.
Do you really think that? Or are you just playing along to keep tone-deaf Bard happy too?
I see no harm in a bit of nonsense.
Here, put on this Asha headband. It's a souvenir from the rest of us.
It really suits you.
Alrighty then. 3, 2, 1.
Paimon?
Sorry. All that nonsense has got Paimon's head muddled. Her mind's gone completely blank.
Don't want it all to end, huh? Are you worried once you say those words, the vacation will officially be over?
How the... Paimon thought peacemakers couldn't read people's minds.
Oh, Paimon.
Don't worry, Paimon. Summer's sure to come again. Just like you said when you made that wish to the Pyro Archon. Even though we'll all be going our separate ways, as long as we cherish each other's friendship, I just know that our paths will cross again.
Bennett's becoming quite the talker, huh, Professor Venti?
Well, I wouldn't dare take credit for something like that.
Your tone would suggest otherwise. Come on! Paimon was just starting to feel inspired!
Why don't we just give it another try?
Yeah, let's do it all together this time.
Huh. What should we shout?
Sounds good!
3, 2, 1.
Lucky Star!
So, what are your plans for the future, Bennett?
If you're having trouble deciding, you can always park it in the People of the Springs for a bit. Or however long you want, really.
Thanks for the kind offer, Moalani. I actually went to see the Pyro Archon to tell her how grateful I am for everything she's done for me. She told me that the domain we entered was an abyssal simulation of the Mare Javari. It was extremely unstable, and now it's completely gone. Later, when we got on to talking about my future, she said I was more than welcome to stay here in Natlan, but also that she would respect my decision, whatever it turned out to be. And after thinking it over, long and hard, I've decided to return to Mondstadt.
You miss your dads, don't you?
That's definitely part of it. I promised to tell them everything that happened on this adventure, and I can't go back on my word. But also, when I said goodbye to my mom and dad, I promised them I'd become the most legendary adventurer in all of Teyvat someday. And no adventurer should stay in one place for too long.
Bennett.
What if your luck starts going downhill again the moment you leave Natlan?
It's fine. The warmth and kindness I've experienced on this adventure is enough to get me through all the challenges that lie ahead. As I attempt to shape my own fate, I want to take that same kindness and pass it forward. That's something I've always believed in.
Hear, hear! To our leader!
To our leader, Bennett!
Cheers! This is gonna be another all-nighter, isn't it?
The fun never stops! Who's up to perform next?
Bennett's almost fallen asleep several times now.
No. I can still keep going.
Go get some rest now, guys. And seeing as you've still got the energy, I'll leave the cleanup to you, Mualani.
Huh? Why me?
Traveler, perhaps you could join me for a walk? I know a great spot.
You might be tone deaf, but you sure know how to sniff out a good view.
Glad you like it. Some stories aren't meant for the birds, only for the stars high in the sky. More like a story that begins with time itself. Long, long ago, time began to write the story of this world. To her, all living beings were equal, both in their value and in significance. Like an ancient scroll, she engraved upon her memory all people, all events, all encounters, and all farewells. Back then, as an animal spirit, I had a chance encounter with time at the Thousand Winds Temple. Hearing my wishes, She entrusted me with fragments of her power and authority. Sounds like you've heard the story of time in the wind before. Charming, isn't it? Through the memories engraved in rituals, poems, ruins, and ancient texts, the same beings she considered so insignificant have met her, time and time again.
So, this is the story you wanted to share?
More like the prologue. The corruption of the Mare Javari is tied to time itself. To put it another way, it is a calamity present in every moment that will ever be. Unlike time herself, I have always cherished many wishes in my heart. 500 years ago, to prevent the corruption of the Mare Javari from spreading beyond Tenochtitlan, I blew it off the timeline, turning it into the Windless Land. Oops, seems like I may have confused you. If you're asking about how the Mare Javari disappeared from Tenochtitlan 2 or 3 decades ago, there may be someone else better suited to tell that story. The Mare Javari has been the bearer of too many stories that weren't meant to be its own. I merely played a part in one of its chapters. And the choice I made 500 years ago came with a price. Some souls were unable to return to Mondstadt as a result, while others stayed to settle in this land, merging with the Monitu to become the Asha we see today.
So the reason you're here in Tenochtitlan is because...
Correct. I'm here to collaborate with the current Pyro Archon, Mawika. Correct again. The flame was our signal. Only by having Mawika open a rift between that space and the true Mare Javari could I sneak in and bring back all the souls who wish to return. As for my little trick of bringing back memories as well, it's not the first time I've pulled that off. Mawika also mentioned that you were planning to introduce us. Looks like I beat you to it, huh? I was glad to discover that she shares my love for fine wine and freedom. We got along great. Well, it really took it out of me for a few days. In fact, I still feel pretty dead on my feet even now.
Oh, really?
But, thinking of all the Aetha mead and dandelion wine still left to drink, I suppose I can hang in there a little longer.
You don't look that tired to Paimon. So, don't think you can just pull out that little excuse and we'll suddenly foot all your bills.
Oh, how you wound me, Paimon. You'll hook me up with some good liquor, won't you, Traveler? I suppose... to protect Mondstadt, and that everyone who wishes to stay there has the freedom to choose their own path.
So, How about it? Now that you're all done, we can finally have a proper drink together, huh?
You make it sound like I was holding out on you. But if you and I had a real drinking bout, I don't think these poor little aphids could handle it. They'd have to flit to and fro, making me till their wings gave way.
Spoken like a true bard. That impromptu toast you gave just now was spot on, too. For happiness and freedom. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly what we all need right now. You must have been to your fair share of banquets in Mondstadt, huh?
Of course! They don't call it the City of Wine and Song for nothing. Besides, without being able to come up with a decent toast, how else might a humble bard earn themselves a regular supply of free dandelion wine?
Well, when you're free, you're always welcome at our tribal banquets. They'll be fighting over who gets to host you, I guarantee it. Just so you know, they can get pretty rowdy. Banging, stomping, belting out off-key drinking songs, stuff like that. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Of course not. That sounds like great fun. If only our two nations could throw a joint banquet someday.
Oh, great idea. I'll make sure to load up a few extra barrels of Aethamid for the occasion. As it happens, the Collective of Plenty recently launched a new drink called a Canepacano. I'll make sure to bring some for you and your friends to try out too.
Wait, the person drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yerlan? Oh, looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time. Aren't we gonna go say hi?
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kinda wanted to meet her.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea if you would. And 2 more place settings. Now, judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Ah! Spies? What spies? There were spies around here just now?
Oh, more than that, I'm sure. I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now. Mora laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a certain merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title the Dark Financier. That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay, Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait! Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never. Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something. Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house, none of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated enough. They change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the Dark Financier himself.
Well, wait! So you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true!
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're a part of it too. Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chenyavale, and for, the Liyue business world!
I admire your selflessness, Traveler in Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontainian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part, but luckily, I have a lead. The Dark Financier's crew is even more on guard than usual, so our best bet is to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to start. Let's head northeast and see if I'm right.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. All right, let's start our investigation here.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right? Paimon doesn't see any bad guys to nab around here.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is imperative. Which brings us to why we're here. Pretty good vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Huh, guess so. Paimon can see the port of Elang Wharf, the boats in the distance, and some kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication. Oh, let's hear it. Not too far off at all, traveler. The Millilith maintain an impeccable level of security in Shenyu Vale through consistent patrolling. This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something. Well, all set? Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight. some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Huh. So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier's scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
Not to mention, the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't among those caught by Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail. I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas? Spot on again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon's speed, the two locations should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
That just leaves the shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Leo tend to... So it is where...
traveler. Let's go. The world is full of lost balance. It's just waiting to be rediscovered.
Sure, I'll play you another tune, but it'll cost you an apple.